In this video, we will see practical implementation of clustering. In the previous video, we have understand that how clustering works. We have also mentioned the steps that initialize a random point for pick one point, check the distance between all those clusters and assign that point to the cluster, and that will make at the end of it that will make the final cluster, in this case 3. So we will generate a data set again, a random data set generator. This will generate height, weight and gender. So what we are doing, with the help of height and weight, we want whether we are able to differentiate gender or not. Okay, let's see if there is any pattern here or not. Most of the time you can collect your own data set, but I'm just using a dummy data set, which you can create in your own system. Okay, that's why I've included this function. So if you run this, you will get this person data.csv. Now I'm using clustering, also have a lot of different algorithms, but we are using k-means. So in these two classes, we have learned linear regression. We have seen the example of linear regression. For clustering, for classification, we have used random forest classifier. For clustering, we are using k-means. Okay, every linear regression, classification, clustering, every task type, every problem statement is having different algorithm. Okay, let me just run this one. I'm loading this data set now. This is importing. This is loading the data set, and we are just saying the data set in action: height, weight, gender, male and female. So this is data in the X part, because I told you we don't get number of, what we say, we don't have an, even though this data set has gender, but we are not going to use this for why, because unsupervised learning does not have any dependent variable, it only has independent variable. So just think of this as we have only height and weight, and let's see what we can do with it. So I'm just telling it to make it cluster of 2, cluster of 4 here. Okay, so let's see if we make the 4 cluster, what will happen. Let's run one by one. This is data. In X, we have loaded the data, and we have initialized the k-means cluster, and we are saying that we have height and weight data. Let's divide into 4. Let's see what happens. Are we getting 4 different clusters or not? Okay, same kind of example as size industry, right? A clothing brand industry, but little different. We are just passing X. X is having height and weight. In k-means, we are passing k-means dot fit. Okay, we are passing X here. That is done. K-means dot cluster centers will give you cluster centers. Okay, so we are getting the center of the cluster. For this cluster, green will be the center will come here. Okay, but green will also move, green point will also move. In this example, I only showed one iteration. If we make it like 10 times, 100 times, green will also move, everything else will remain same. Okay, green will be the center, green will always be the center. Okay, so we have found the cluster centers, and I'm checking k-means dot label. Let's see what are the labels. So we are passing height and width to the label. This is just average stats. You will understand. See, this is the average stats now. So on cluster 0, the average height and width is this. For cluster 1, average height and width is, so I told you there are 4 clusters. So each center, the height and width of this cluster is of a cluster is this one. So see, this is how it is important, right? This is very, very important. That's why I've calculated these things. Okay, after training the model, I'm calculating this. Now let's visualize it. I'm visualizing height, weight and hue is gender. Hue means based on this height and weight, which this height and weight belongs to female, this height and weight belongs to male, something like that, just for visualization. And I'm passing this one. Okay, height, weight and cluster of person. So you can see this is our data set, and these are our clusters. Cluster X, cluster Y, male, female, centroid. So if I want to create 4 cluster for this male and female data, now I will run this one. This is for plotting and calculating few things based on cluster radius and distances. So now you will see the person male and female belonging to this one will be of cluster 1. Male and female belonging to this green one will be cluster 2. male and female belonging to cluster 3. So anytime a new person or male or female come in any of the cluster, we can say that this person X belongs to red, green, blue, or orange. Okay. So with the help of machine learning, we have divided the data set into 4 different groups and found the center of distance. So after this algorithm, we can get lot of answers. Suppose we wanted to have a clothing brand, right? Or we wanted to have classified persons based on their BMI into 4 categories, right? Maybe good, bad, very good, or very bad. So we can create something like that, but we need to collect the data for that, and we can create cluster. So if a new person with BMI comes, we can write a simple Python program that person X coming with this BMI belongs to very good, belongs to very bad. We can answer certain things with the help of clustering. So in this video, we have seen clustering practical, and we have used k-means clustering as our algorithm. Thank you for watching.